و تدارکات تولید بمب اتمی و موشک‌های بالستیک تلاش می‌کنند. از شورای وزیران انتظار داریم که تمام این شرکت‌ها رو تعطیل کنند. 4. خواستار برچیدن شبکه سرویس اطلاعاتی ملاها در کشورهای مختلف اتحادیه اروپا هستیم. میدونید که اونها فعالانه به جاسوسی علیه اپوزیسیون و بستن راه تنفس جامعه ایران مشغولند. سرویس های غربی عمیقاً از چند و چون کار این شبکه ها و سرویس ها مطلعند. جاسوسان دیکتاتوری مذهبی سلول های خفته تروریستی علیه مردم اروپا هستند و ما فکر میکنیم که الان زمان برچیدن اونهاست. 5. جلوگیری از گسترش نفوذ سپاه پاسداران در عراق از هر جهت ضروریه و همه میدانند که ایالات متحده بعد از اشغال عراق مرتکب یک اشتباه بزرگتری هم شد و اون اینکه دست نشاندگان ملاها و بخشی از سپاه قدس رو در حاکمیت عراق شریک کرد. امروز خیلی ها از جمله بالاترین فرماندهان نظامی آمریکا در منطقه اذعان میکنند که کمیته‌ای که رهبران احزاب ملی عراق رو از لیست انتخابات، از لیست کاندیداهای انتخابات حذف کرد، وابسته به سپاه قدس. با این همه آمریکا همچنان در حال مماشات با عوامل همین سپاه، یعنی سپاه قدس در عراق. و نهایتاً 6. از شورای اتحادیه اروپا میخواهم در مقابل تلاش‌های فشرده رژیم ایران و ایادی عراقیش برای انهدام اشرف و در جهت اجرای قطعنامه 24 آوریل 2009 پارلمان اروپا از سازمان ملل متحد بخواهد که حفاظت ساکنان اشرف رو بر عهده گرفته و ضمن تضمین آن کمک‌های لازم رو در این زمینه به ملل متحد تقدیم کنند. این خواسته یک کمک رسانی به قیام مردم ایران هم هست، زیرا که همه خوب میدونن که اشرف الان سمبل پایداری و الهام بخش قیام کنندگان مردم ایرانه، مردمی که از هیچ نوع جانفشانی برای به دست آوردن آزادی و دموکراسی کوتاهی نمی کنند. از همه شما متشکرم و یک بار دیگه از حضور شما نمایندگان محترم پارلمان اروپا و همچنین ابتکار جدیدتون برای تشکیل این گروه پارلمانی تشکر میکنم. سپاسگزارم.
Thank you, Mrs. Rayadi. Thank you for your inspiring words. And of course, thank you for all your work for freedom, democracy, women's rights in Iran. Thank you from the heart to you. It's of utmost interest for me, my colleagues, and other friends of a free to show our solidarity with you and the Iranian women. And it's now when we celebrate the International Women's Day, it's so important to show our solidarity with all Iranian women. Thank you.
I would like to present you a book from the name of more than 2,744 female from PMOR Martyr. And this is for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now the floor to Mrs. Edith Bauer, please.
Thank you very much, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear Mrs. Rajavi. Probably you will agree with me that this event is a very special one among events remembering the International Women's Day. It's not usual to start our meetings concerning remembering Women's Day by such a document like today. It's not usual to listen such a vision of free Iran under such a circumstances like we listened. Just allow me to quote some requests how today Iranian women has an idea for their future. Some of these requests are really a little bit strange for European ears. Some of them could be written also in any member state. Courts must view testimonies and affidavits submitted by women as equal in weight to those submitted by men. It's really unusual. Women are free to choose their own clothing. It's really not very usual. In order to dispense with any inequality, the government must appoint women for at least half of its posts, and political parties are obliged to choose at least half their candidates from among women for parliamentary election. It's really courageous. But women shall enjoy equal rights as men in terms of inheritance, entering contracts and management of property. It's really something what we do not use to listen very often. Or women shall have the rights to obtain custody over their children. It's crucial. A request that death penalty against women shall be annulled and torture, offensive and degrading treatment of women shall be prohibited is really very timely. Rape shall be considered as a crime wherever it occurs. It's a sad one to asking now in 21st century. Or appalling brutal laws such as stoning shall be repealed. It seems to me that it gives really quite precise picture on which circumstances are facing the movement for freedom of Iran, and under which circumstances women's movement, which is in front, as you have seen, in front of this war, is facing. Widespread and systematic violation of basic women's rights by the religious dictatorship in Iran, ignoring their social and political freedom, has caused great concern in international community, particularly in women rights defenders and activists. During the past 3 decades, tens of thousands of women political prisoners have been executed and many more arrested and tortured. The book, what was presented, contains just names and photos. It's really shocking. Among those executed are 13 years old girls, but also 70 years grandmas. According to reports by international human rights organizations, young men and women are raped in Iranian regime's prisons. In recent months, Massive popular uprising in Iran against religious dictatorship had inspired many people for democratic change in the country. Women are in the forefront of rallies and demonstrations, as you have seen, bravely standing against violent aggression and suppressive armed forces. A large number of those arrested in the rallies are charged with muhareb, what means enmity against God, and have been sentenced to death. In statement, Amnesty International had reported that in recent months, regime's judicial and political authorities have announced several times that since Iranian opposition movement PMOI still exists, all its members and supporters, including those who are involved only in political and propaganda works, are considered